English podcast.
Hello, and welcome back to Maui, where we help you become a confident and fluent English speaker. I'm your name, and in today's episode, we're going to tackle one of the most powerful skills you can develop as an English learner: thinking in English. If you've ever wondered how to stop translating everything in your head and start thinking directly in English, you're in the right place. This skill doesn't just improve your fluency, it also makes speaking and understanding English much more natural. So, let's break it down step by step. Before we jump into the steps, let's talk about why thinking in English is so important. Translating from your native language to English slows you down, makes speaking feel harder, and increases the chances of making mistakes. Thinking directly in English helps you communicate faster, sound more natural, and truly immerse yourself in the language. Now here's how you can train your brain to think in English. Step 1. Start with simple words and phrases. If you're just starting out, don't overwhelm yourself by trying to think in full sentences right away. Begin with simple, everyday words and phrases. For example, when you wake up in the morning, think, "It's time to get up," instead of saying it in your native language. Look around you and name things in English: bed, phone, window. This step trains your brain to associate English words with the world around you. Step 2. Narrate your day in English. As you go about your day, try to describe what you're doing in English. For example, if you're making breakfast, think, "I'm making coffee," or "I'm cutting an apple." Don't worry about grammar at this stage. The goal is to get comfortable forming thoughts in English. If you can't find the exact word for something, use simple descriptions or placeholders. For instance, if you don't know the word toaster, think, "the machine that makes bread hot." Step 3. Use visual and mental associations. One great way to think in English is by linking words to images, not translations. For example, when you think of the word apple, imagine a picture of an apple instead of the word in your native language. This helps you bypass translation entirely and creates a direct connection between the English word and its meaning. Flashcards with pictures can be a useful tool for this. Step 4. Practice with internal dialogue. Have conversations with yourself in English. It might feel a little funny at first, but it works wonders. For example, when you're walking to the store, think to yourself, "What do I need to buy today? Oh yes, I need some milk, bread, and eggs." Pretend you're talking to a friend or practicing a real conversation. This will make thinking in English a habit. Step 5. Immerse yourself in English. The more you surround yourself with English, the easier it becomes to think in it. Listen to English podcasts, watch English movies, and read English books. Try to understand the meaning without translating. Even if you don't understand every word, focus on the context. Over time, you'll find yourself naturally thinking in English as you consume more of it. Step 6. Be patient and consistent. Finally, remember that learning to think in English is a process that takes time and practice. Be patient with yourself and don't give up if it feels challenging at first. The more consistent you are, the easier it will become. Celebrate small wins along the way, like forming your first full thought in English without translating. To recap, here are the 6 steps to start thinking in English. 1. Start with simple words and phrases. 2. Narrate your daily activities in English. 3. Use visual and mental associations. Practice internal dialogue. 5. Immerse yourself in English through media and conversations. 6. Be patient and consistent. Remember, fluency isn't about perfection, it's about progress. By practicing these steps daily, you'll train your brain to think in English and take one big step closer to fluency. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of English Podcast 01. If you found this episode helpful, don't forget to subscribe and share it with friends who are also learning English. And I'd love to hear from you. What's your biggest challenge when it comes to thinking in English? Share your thoughts in the comments or reach out to me on social media. Until next time, keep practicing, stay positive, and remember, you're doing amazing. See you in the next episode of Hurriy's English Podcast 01. Bye for